Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. We're with the character Damiel, and this is scenario 3.2, the second scenario of level 3. At the Mumia Lab, where at this location, at the start of your turn, succeed at a Constitution 4 check, or suffer the Scourge Curse of Withering. Alright, so we will go ahead and start off with that Constitution check. Damiel has a Constitution of D8. So basically 50-50 chance here. He rolls a 7, so he's good to go. Alright, let's advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of Isis. The first thing Damiel will do is play the Alchemist's Kit as a reminder, so he can use that for the rest of the scenario. And let's go ahead and explore. So we get the Acute Senses spell. So it's an Intelligence 4 check, and fortunately Damiel has Intelligence of D10 plus 4. So he automatically acquires this card. So it says here we can display this card next to a character's deck. While displayed, the character adds 1 die to his perception checks. After that character explores, he may examine the top card of his location deck. At the end of your turn, okay, interesting. So, after that he may examine. Okay, we might use that. So we don't have the arcane or divine skill. All right, it's going to go into our hand, and we'll keep it. So what we're going to do is we will now advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of Kepri. We got to roll for the Mumia Lab. D8. So we rolled a 6. All right. Fortunately, we are avoiding that curse. We're going to go ahead and play Acute Senses. So we'll put that up here as a reminder. And now we will explore. Okay, we get the Hungry Fog. It's an obstacle magic acid. It has the acid trait. And Damiel has that power that lets him add 1d6 to checks that invoke the acid trait. Let's see. And it's immune to the acid and electricity trait. But this power says you may recharge or reveal a card to add 1d6 to your check that invokes the acid or poison trait. If the card has the alchemical trait, you may add another 1d6. Okay, so that's cool. We can actually use this power against this barrier. We can just reveal this card, the acid flask, which has the alchemical trait, to add 2d6 to this check. So right then and there, that is pretty amazing. We're adding up 2d6. And we need a wisdom or a perception. So wow, Damiel's wisdom is only a d6. But you know what's cool? We got Acute Senses. It says we can add 1 die to his perception check. Wow. So that's really cool because basically Damiel's perception is d4. We'll choose the d4 so that we can use Acute Senses for another d4. Okay, well that's pretty exciting. So it says here though, when you encounter this card, you may succeed at a dexterity or stealth 10 check to evade it. Well, we don't want to evade it because we want to defeat it. We don't want it going back into the deck. Alright, I'm rolling these 4 dice thanks to the Acute Senses spell. That was pretty awesome. Amazing how that turned out. Let's get a 10 here. So we roll 4, 5, 9, and another 4. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have defeated the Hungry Fog. Wow, that was really cool. That was awesome. So using Acute Senses, it says here, after that character explores, he may examine the top card of his location deck. And you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to examine it. We might regret it, but we're going to go for it. We're examining this card. Okay, it's a Burning Child. Undead Fire, Combat 16 or Charisma 10. Immune to fire, mental, and poison traits. If the check defeat has a cold trait, so if defeated with a combat check, shuffle the Burning Child into a random other open location. So basically there aren't any other open locations. So if we defeat it, it'll just be defeated. So it's just a straight up combat 16 check, and I think we can handle it. Well, that's pretty cool. We examined that because now we know we have to get ready for it. Okay, Damiel's hand is looking really good. Reset the hand. And now we will advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of the Ancients. And we have to roll for... Okay, that's going to be a little tricky now because now we know that we don't want to get this we don't want to get the curse of withering because we got to defeat the burning hand here. So I'm debating now that I know what I'm going up against, I'm debating whether I want to use a blessing. And you know what? Call me crazy, but we're going to do it. 2d8. Okay, so we rolled 2 8s. So we don't suffer the scourge, the curse of withering, because we are encountering the burning child now. So, we don't have... So you know what's really cool? We drew the embalming fluid. This is the undead fire. It says here, reveal this card to add 2 and the poison trait to your combat checks. If the Bane has the undead trait, ignore its immunities. Then after the check, succeed at a craft or disable 7. Well, Damiel's disable is D10 plus 4, so he'll do pretty good here. So we're going to obviously use the embalming fluid, and it has the cold trait as well. So not only are we doing that, so since it has a cold trait, we get to add D8. We can ignore its immunities since we have the embalming fluid, and we're adding +2 to this check. And we'll just go ahead and reveal a chakram, where we are going to do a D10 range skill plus a D8. Alright, that's looking pretty exciting. We're adding +4 to this check. So we rolled 7 and 4 is 11 and 5. Wow, it's a good thing we're adding 4 to that check. So 15 and 4, we rolled a 20. So we did defeat it. The burning child is gone, but we do have to roll for the embalming fluid to see if we bury a card. It's a disable 7 check. Adding 4 to that roll. Okay, we do not have to do that. Alright, very fortunate. Alright, we are resetting Damiel's hand. We are going to advance the blessings like we get the Curse of the Ravenous. Don't really like that curse. And we have to roll for this, the Mumia Lab. See if we get the Curse of Withering. Alright, well, we've been really fortunate on our rolls there. We don't get the Curse of Withering. I really don't like the Curse of the Ravenous, but we'll keep it around for now. And we will explore. Wow. Brain Ooze. It's an ooze, electricity, and it's elite. Immune to mental and poison. All damage dealt is electricity damage. Before you act, draw a monster from the box. The Brain Ooze's difficulty to defeat is decreased by that monster's adventure deck number. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to randomly draw a monster. So this is a monster 2. So that means he has a +2 modifier to defeat. So he is a 12, or a 14 rather. Okay, well I think, we do have the chakram, and we can still use the, no, it's immune to mental and poison. Reveal this card, add 2 and the poison trait. No, it's immune to poison, so we can't use the embalming fluid there. Shucks. What to do here? I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to blast it with the acid flask. It's not immune to acid damage. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll 2d6 and the disable check, which is a +4 modifier. Alright, so we rolled 6 and 5 is 11, 12, 13. So not enough, but fortunately we were able to add the +4 modifier. So that gives us a grand total of 17. The Brain Ooze is defeated. It says, if undefeated, discard a spell. Well, we did defeat it. Alright, very interesting creature. It's been banished. What we're going to do now is we are going to, before we reset our hand, we have to roll for Curse of the Ravenous. So we're rolling the d4. So it's a 2. So any allies in our discard pile we would have to bury. So fortunately we don't have to deal with that right now. Resetting Damiel's hand, advancing the blessings deck. Let's see. We can use the Alchemist's Kit up here if we want to. We could automatically get the acid flask back into our. We could get it back into our deck. I think we're fine for now, but we do have to roll for the Curse of the Withering. Of course, the farther along we go this adventure, the greater the chances of us getting the villain. So I'm debating whether to use the Blessing of Force or not. No, I'm not. So just straight up D8 check. Okay, so this time we do suffer the Scourge Curse of Withering because of the Mumia Lab location. But Damiel does have the Mumia. It says here, banish this card to banish a displayed card that has the curse trait. So we will discard that card since we're Damiel, and we will get rid of the Curse of Withering. And now I definitely will use the Alchemist's Kit. It says, while displayed, bury this card to draw 1d4 plus 1 random cards that have the alchemical trait. So there are currently just 2 cards with the alchemical trait in Damiel's discard pile. These 2. So we'll use it and we'll shuffle those back in because, especially that Mumia, that is a very powerful card. It gets rid of curses and we like it, so we would like to get it back. Alright, so now, having done all that, we will explore. Alright, well, this is a really exciting item. It's a level 3. It says here, so Arcane Divine Knowledge. Wow. So Damiel has a D4 in all of those categories. So this is, unfortunately, it's an accessory magic Pharasma veteran. So no keywords will help Damiel acquire this loot, or not this loot, this boon. So unfortunately, it's an auto fail. We do not acquire the Ring of the Grasping Grave. That would have been really cool though. Let's see. We have 2 blessings in our hand. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to use the Blessed of Khepri to get an additional exploration. And it paid off. We got the henchman, who counts as the villain for this scenario. So we can either do a Combat 18 or Knowledge Diplomacy Divine. We'll definitely do the Combat 18. We did not examine this card. So all damage dealt by him is mental damage, and if defeated, yeah, we just automatically close this location. Alright, well, this is exciting. We got a Fire Lance combo going on, which is 48, and we can use the Chakram on your combat check. If you played another weapon, discard this card to add 1d4. So we're discarding both of those, and we're going to go ahead and use the Embalming Fluid. We can add 2. Is it immune to poison trait? So nope, he's not immune to the poison trait, so we can add +2 to the roll. Alright, so that's pretty exciting. So we get to roll a 48, gathering my dice here. We get to roll 48 plus the 1d4 due to the Chakram. Plus, we can go ahead and use the Embalming Fluid to add +2 to the roll. And so we're adding a total of, that's it. The only modifier is +2 due to the Embalming Fluid. Alright, that's pretty sweet. Alright, adding +2. Let's see what we get. 12, 19, 26, and 3, 29, 31. We needed an 18. This villain henchman is defeated. Alright, the Mumia Lab is been closed. That's pretty exciting. I like that location. There's a lot of tension whether you're going to get that Curse of Withering, and then when you do, it's like boom, it hits you. Alright, so what's really cool about finishing that scenario is that Damiel, our hero, gets a card feat. So let's take a look at the card feat rewards he has. Obviously he would take a item card feat if he had one available. Let me fix this up here. Get that all lined up there. There we go. So if he could, he'd take the item feat. So his choices are weapon, ally, or blessing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the blessing route. And it's going to be interesting because he's level 3 right now. So he can actually look through the blessings to make a legal deck. He'll be able to look at the level 1 blessings and automatically add one if he wants. I think that would be the smart move. I mean, allies are pretty cool. Weapons might be the better choice. Maybe the armor would have been the better choice. He could have gotten another armor. But I'm going to go with the blessing. I mean, I don't think it never hurts to have blessings. So let's see. And also, the reward for this scenario is we unlocked this trader. So she offers items that have the magic trait, but they cost 3 boons. Well, I don't think we're going to visit that trader yet. What Damiel's going to do is he is going to visit a trader. Let's see. Let's take a look at excuse me. Let's do a quick deck check for Damiel so you can see where he's at in the campaign. So he has that item right there, the Alchemist's Kit. There's a little glare there, but anyway, I'll just leave it. So he's got those two weapons. He's got that blessing right there. He's got the embalming fluid and that. Did he gain? I don't think he gained any interesting loot. So this is the state of Damiel's deck. So he's got a lot of cool stuff. He doesn't really have anything that he wants to trade to a trader, but we'll go ahead and visit the trader anyway. We're going to go visit Falsine Deek, and we're going to say, hey, we want some alchemical items, please. And since this is level 3, Damiel he's only offering items of level 3 or 2, so there's the chance that there's going to be a really cool item that Damiel's going to want. So let's go ahead and check it out. So level 2 or 3, so he's offering Griffblade gloves or the wand. Wow, he's still trying to get rid of that wand of Scorching Ray like he was trying to do last time. Alright, well, these don't have the alchemical trait, so Damiel does not want them. He's not interested in them. So that's it for Damiel trading. That was his scenario. He closed down the Mumia Lab. Thanks so much for watching, and I will have another adventure up shortly. Alright, thank you.